All right, all right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've been working my butt off trying to get a team that can finally beat Tarrasque, at least Tarrasque 7. And I didn't want it to be my pay to win team. I wanted to have a free to play team that I could get to work to show you guys before I made a video, because the majority of you that are coming into this, I could show you my team. I can show you what I'm going to build, and it's just the majority of people aren't going to be able to do that. So let's dive in to Tarrasque 7, or a team that's going to get you through 1 through 7. So let's talk about this kitty cat, because this guy is tough. Like, I've done Penvid 10, Gorgos 10, Aldry 10, but Tarrasque, he's just still whooping my butt, because he is one mean kitty. So let's look at who everybody's bringing in. Fire Morgan's going to be the MVP. Why? Because we'll talk, well, I guess we can kind of get into the mechanics now. The key thing about this fight is you want to bring in people that can reduce attack gauge on the boss. That is key. You got to make sure this kitty never gets to go, because he hits hard once he goes. So Fire Gillian, yes, that is who I use on my pay-to-win team, but that is a pay-to-win character. A lot of people don't have her. Fire Merlin, he's the cheat code. If you get Merlin and you get his Fire Relic, that's it. You win, right? You win. Sergius Wind, that's who I use on my pay-to-win team as well. I don't like Wind. If you had the Sergius Fire Relic, it would be better and more consistent, but I can beat 7 with him as well. It does make it easier. And then Bedivere, I don't know why people are bringing him in. I'm assuming it's going to be lower levels just for damage, because Bedivere gets wrecked in this fight. I don't recommend bringing in Bedivere. And then Frost Gillian, yes, it does have AoE healing, but yeah, Cloudus, that is the other cheat code. This is not Cloudus's PvP or avatar, though. This she's the archer. She's the fire archer. She's got a lot of attack gauge on her kit. So these are who everybody's bringing in. There's Fire. There's the old Fire Sergius. There he is down there. But it's hard to get him because you got to save up enough PvP points in order to unlock him, and then you have to save up 1,500 or 15,500 clan points to unlock his fire weapon. So those are the heroes. Let's actually look at the boss. So what do they recommend? There you go. Attack gauge decrease and attack speed decrease. So we got Gillian, we got Sergius, there's Cloudus. So if you had these three and Morgan, that would probably be a pretty damn good cheat code, especially if you had the Fire Relic on Sergius. But the other people that can attack gauge decrease, or that can, I don't know why they don't have Morgan on here. Morgan is the attack gauge decrease queen. But yeah, Ban could do that as well. He's going to be on our team. And then you want to, keep this guy from going, and because he's so fast, you do want to apply attack speed decrease. And the guy that's going to do it is Tristan. Tristan's free to play. That's good. So now let's get in here. As you can see, like, I can only consistently get down Shrine of Storms 7. Shrine of Storms 6 is a magnitude easier than 7, because in 6 he's only gonna have one arm you have to deal with. As soon as you get to 7 and on, you got the full kitty cat. He's got 2 arms. He's coming at you hard. So let's have a look here. Not that one. I want to do this one. Okay, so because there's some interesting things about this boss. Why do they only have the left arm and not the right arm? But it doesn't matter. Where is this debuff? Debuff. It's right here. This is what is key. This is a key point. So when hit by something that reduces attack gauge, be that Ban, be that Morgan, there's a 100% chance decrease when it lands to decrease his attack gauge by 40%. Why is that important? Well, to show you that, we got to go look at the characters that we're going to bring into this free-to-play team. So let's look at Morgan first, because that's going to be your MVP. Her Fire Relic, S2, attack all enemies 3 times. So you have 3 chances to hit, with a 60% chance to decrease the attack gauge by 10% with every attack. But it's not 10%. You saw that if we just had remove attack gauge, it's 40%. 100% of the time, 40%. So she has the ability to reduce 120% of his attack gauge with just her S2. And then the other free-to-play character we're going to bring in, Ban. Now, there is a caveat to Ban. Where's my bad Ban? So, Ban, I do believe, comes in the Ice Relic. Ice isn't any good. The reason why you got to pull his Wind Relic, so be on the lookout for that, is because if you were to say have the Fire Relic, because since Tarrasque is Wind, you don't want to bring Ice. Fire is the best for the elemental affinities, but you see on his S2, 50% chance each hit to inflict attack speed decrease for 2 turns. That doesn't matter. That's why we're relying on Tristan to do that. His S1 doesn't have any attack gauge reduction. It's his S3 that has his attack gauge reduction. And the reason why I like Wind is because now it's on his cheaper S2. Attacks one enemy 4 times. So you got a chance to inflict 160% attack gauge reduction. Or you have the ability to remove the attack gauge by 160%. So basically a full bar. Because you see here a 50% chance to only remove it 5%. But again, it doesn't matter because it's even if I do 5% reduction, it's guaranteed to be 40% reduction because of Tarrasque's mechanic. So that is why Ban Wind, Morgan, Tristan, and Sarah. We're going to have to look at Sarah too. Sarah's the other one on here. My Sarah is not well developed. She is level 60, 6 stars, 3 awaken. For her relic, I got her on Wind. Would Fire be better? Not really. I don't even have Fire. The reason why Wind is good is because, she's not going to be taking increased damage. But her, I do believe it's her passive. Yes, I even have her passive maxed, which you kind of are going to need because that reduces the cooldown for her to land this attack gauge disruption buff. It lasts 2 turns, and her cooldown is 1. So what that means is that she'll always be able to apply it before it falls off. So it just says, when using skill 1, give this basically give this debuff to the boss. Skills cannot increase this character's attack gauge. And buff disruption, also very important. So she's going to be applying buff disruption, and she's going to make it so that his skills can't increase his attack gauge. So you do kind of have to have her in Wind, I prefer. And you're going to have this passive maxed out. Okay? Keep all that in mind. But it is a free-to-play team that you can build. Everyone recommends building Sarah. You see her relic? I got to put more into her relic. Although I don't know if I have to, given that I'm probably going to be using a pay-to-win team. But she can get through right here. The only issue with this team in Tarrasque 7 is that RNG can make this go sideways depending on who he does attack. So here we go. What was that? 8 minutes. Okay, Shrine of Storms 7. Here's the team. The reason why I got Banny Boy up front is because his leader ability is strictly for this dungeon and the Steed's favor. Grant all allies crit strike damage for plus up 20. So I got him built since he's a speed-based character. I guess I should have went and into his kit. But he gains attack based on speed. So between him and Tristan, I'm relying on them to do enough damage before the cat just kills us. Because he gets damn close. The fact that Ban's ability or his leader ability is going to give plus 20% crit damage, that's good. So I do have him with a crit rate is this earrings? Yeah, crit rate earrings. He does have a speed ring. And I do believe this is a hit accuracy orb, although he could probably benefit since he's a speed-based character. So he translates his attack from his speed, or his attack is generated or mitigated by his speed. I should probably get an attack orb or a attack speed orb, but I just have it in my head that I need hit accuracy to actually hit the boss. This I do believe is an effect accuracy belt. Because, he does have to reduce the turn meter. So he has a 50% chance each hit. But that is still going to be mitigated by effect resistance on Tarrasque. So you do need a little bit of effect accuracy on him. Tristan, he's just built for speed damage, and he also has the crit rate earrings. So I think his crit rate, can I look here? Yeah, there we go. See, his crit rate 60%. Not, he's not going to benefit from any crit rate up buffs, so he's not going to be critting all the time. In fact, let's just look at him stats. Yeah, 70%. So I did a much better job getting my crit rate up on Ban. But you see his effect accuracy, it's actually pretty low because I don't have an effect accuracy neck piece, and I don't have that effect accuracy orb. Morgan, one of the best characters in the game, and she's free. She's so free. Vigor set, definitely want your effect accuracy orb, effect accuracy neck piece. And speed ring. You want a speed ring on her. You want a speed ring on all of these if you can. But I don't have a speed ring on my Sarah because I don't have enough vigor speed rings. I do have her with, I think it's recovery HP. So, because I am relying on her heals a little bit from her S1. Okay, so I ran this 3 times. And it was consistent. I still beat it, even though it was messy, 3 times. So bear with me if I lose. We'll do it again, just so you can see it. But this is a tough fight. And why it's important for you to get down number 7 is because this is the dungeon that's going to start giving you your legendary relic awakening materials. 6? Nuh-uh. You're only getting blues, greens, and grays. You really have to push at minimum to get down this stage 7. So this is the free-to-play team. If we get it first try, then I'll show you what my pay-to-win team looks like. Okay. So let's go one time, no whammies. Let's make sure we prioritize the boss. Okay. Let's pause it so you guys can see the skill orders. So you know that Sarah and Morgan are in Vigor sets. Sarah is going to be generating Vigor for the team because she's only going to be using her S1. Why? Because S1 is what's going to put the block debuff on Tarrasque, and it's also going to give so the skills cannot generate attack gauge. Very, very important. You only just want to give her S1. Her S1, if you're going to rely on Sarah, you really want to put some skill levels into this S1 if you can, just to give your team more health, because you're going to see it gets dicey. Morgan, obviously you know the deal, S2 and then S1. S2 always, because that's her attack gauge reduction ability. Tristan, his S3 and his S1 apply attack gauge reduction. Not attack gauge reduction, attack gauge or attack speed reduction on Tarrasque. And since you're going to be getting enough vigor from this team, you can run S3 and then S1. And then Ban, of course, you always want him to be doing his S2 because that's a 4-hitter that has the ability to disrupt attack gauge, or to strip attack gauge from Tarrasque. So let's see this in action and see if it goes. Bear with me if it fails. RNG is sometimes a little bit of a bitch. And we're going to pause in this so I can show you guys some of the debuffs. So right off the bat, Tristan did not land a debuff, and Tarrasque is going to go. So there goes Ban. He did strip some turn meter, or some attack gauge. And there we go, and pause. Not the pause I wanted. There we go. I want to show you what we got here going on here. So, Sarah, S1. Attack gauge disruption is landed for 2 turns. And remember, she's got a 1-turn cooldown. So, skills cannot increase this character's attack gauge. So, he cannot gain attack gauge. And then buff disruption, also really helpful. Target is unable to receive any buffs. All right, let's keep it up. Let's keep it going. And again, we're relying on Morgan alone to strip the attack gauge from the arms. So the arms are going to go, which, when she does her S1, Sarah, she's only healing your lowest health character. So if he just double swipes at one of your characters and they die, like if he goes after Ban next, if he gets a turn, Ban might be dead. So you see there, attack gauge disruption all over the place. So I think if I could change something, I would give Sarah I'm going to craft her a speed ring. Or I would craft her a speed ring just to get her going more times to supply more healing. But you see, this fight is going very, very well. Everything's controlled. He's almost dead. But I do have a feeling like one of these arms is going to kill one of these heroes. So who is he going to target? Ooh, he targeted Tristan, and we're all alive. Okay, this is the perfect RNG run to showcase on a video. Sometimes it just works out, and there he's dead. So ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. A free-to-play friendly team. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the Stu Gaming team. So credit to Stu Gaming. Now, what he did, or what he had on his team, was something like this. If you can swing it. He was running this. And then he had Arthur. He had Arthur in fire. He had Arthur in fire. Although, you know, I don't have any development in fire. And then he had this old bad boy. And then he had Bulk. So obviously I don't have good gear on them. I tried it. I did give them good gear sets to try to make this work as well. But I couldn't get it to go. So this is a free-to-play team. I recommend that you go check out Stu Gaming's video to see how he has it set up. But one thing, or one caveat that he didn't really explain is he didn't really go into the heroes that in depthly, in too much depth. But it doesn't work for me because of this right here. So my Degenerate, you do need this passive maxed, because what was happening is that he was getting, you know, he gains his effect accuracy increase, and then Bulk gives him another one, and then he, you know, does his thing, and he gives everyone on the team attack gauge, like he ups their attack gauge, but 40% is just not enough. It was not enough. The Tiger was just leveling me. He was just killing me. You really need this thing maxed. So that is another team to do. It's just I cannot showcase that for you. If you want to see that, which it's a team that even requires less investment. Although, would I rather have Ban or Bulk? Well, if you can get through the Tarrasque 10 using these two uncommons, then I guess Bulk. But keep in mind, you are going to have this maxed before you start doing it. And then if we look at Bulky Boy, you know, who I stripped of gear. Where is he? He's right here. So you see, I did get him up there. I was trying, you know, level 50. Did some stuff on him. What we were going for, you do need the fire weapon, though. His S2 was chance to grant all allies effect accuracy for 1 turn. So, but you would probably want this leveled up as well. And you need him to go before Degenerate, even though Degenerate just needs 2. At least this gives it, makes it last longer, so that if Degenerate goes before him or whatever, there's a chance that you could trigger it more quickly. Now, let's go look at his passives. Does that affect anything? When using S2. Okay, well, you might want this. Reduce the passive 2 cooldown of them. What is that? Don't know what that is. Grants 1 random ally effect accuracy 1 for 3 turns. So you might have to put some more skill development into this guy's relic skills and his passives. And you definitely need Degenerate's S2 to work, or skill maxed, before you try it out. So I'm going to show you another team. And this is a team that I have been using. Although, if I'm going to be honest, I feel like the free-to-play team that I just showcased for you is better. It's better. But if I tried to take this team into Tarrasque 8, I wouldn't be able to do it. They'd just kill. He just does too much damage. So the team I have been using, I'll show you, is this. It's Jillian, Morgan. Oh, whoa. Morgan. And then you. And then I've been using Sergius. So, where's my Sergius? So the team, if I had a choice, the team I would want to build wouldn't be him. It would be Cloudus. Cloudus would fit into this spot because Cloudus's S2 is a lot like Morgan's, where she hits everybody and reduces all of their attack gauge, and she gives the attack gauge decrease or attack speed decrease that Tristan gives. In fact, while I got you on the hook here, let's just go look at it. Let's just show it to you. Let's show you exactly what I'm talking about. She comes in a fire weapon, and this is at her S2. Attack all enemies 2 times. 2 times. So she's gonna do, and she's a damage dealer. She's gonna rip it. She's gonna rip it. So doing total, 80% attack damage, yada yada yada. So 80% chance to reduce the target's attack gauge by 20%. Doesn't matter. It could be 1%. It would still knock back the attack gauge by 40%, or since it's 2 times, 80%. And then here, it's grant all allies attack speed increase 1. But if you can get your team going faster, that could be good as well. I thought she had a debuff on here. You don't ever want to be doing that. You don't really ever want to be doing that either. You really only want to be spamming the S2. And now let's see if does she have a passive that's on S2? 70% chance to trigger after an ally attacks. Grant all allies attack speed increase. Cool. That she does that on her S2 anyway. And then another passive, 100% chance to trigger when using S1, which we're not going to do. That's not going to do. That's useless. Never going to do that. 100% chance to trigger when using skill 3. Again, useless. We're not going to do that. We're only going to be spamming S2 with her. So that is who I would replace Tristan with. But then we are losing that buff, that attack speed decrease, debuff on Tarrasque. So let's just show you my team that I have been running in Storms of 7. But I may just switch. I may just switch to the free-to-play team because it's faster. It's a lot faster because Sergius is a support character. He's not doing a whole lot of damage. So we're kind of relying on Tristan to do all the damage. But, between Jillian and Morgan, we'll just run this and show you guys what I'm talking about. They can control the boss quite well. Sergius, he has this whole mark thing. So when Tarrasque hits us right now, Sergius is going to throw a mark on the target. And now every time Sergius does his S3, he's going to also reduce attack gauge. So right there, guaranteed reduce attack gauge. So the reason why this team is good is as it starts out, you see damage taken is up and defense is down. But that's coming from Morgan anyway. Here's the attack speed decrease from Tristan. And then this is the focus target, which removes buffs, which is handy also. And then, he's got another attack speed. That's also from Tristan as well. So the problem is on this team, though, is that I don't have enough vigor. So spamming Sergius's S3, I kind of have to switch Tristan just to S1. So we're relying on his S1 to apply the attack speed decrease. But then we're not doing as much damage. So this team's got a lot of control and better healing. But we're relying more on Sergius as the damage dealer, and he's not made for damage. He's built with vigor and accuracy. So now that Tarrasque actually went, we lost the mark, and as such, Sergius is no longer going to be able to strip turn meter. But we do have it coming from Jillian and Morgan. Another good thing about Jillian is she can provide attack gauge increase. I think it's like 20%, 30%, 40% to 2 random allies every time she heals, which is a lot. So you see, the boss is taking less turns. My team is more healthy. I'm doing more damage to the arms. And the reason why Sergius's Fire Relic is good is because even though he does no damage after that point, he does give these 3 40% up to 60% attack gauge every time he does his S3, which he just did right there. So that, ideally, again, I would want Cloudus in place of Tristan, and I would want Sergius's Fire Relic weapon, and I've heard from people in my guild that they are clearing Tarrasque 10 with that. Or you can go check out Troll Gaming's video where he uses Merlin with the fire weapon, which is basically the cheat code. That's the cheat code to just winning easily. The problem is that it is insanely difficult unless you choose it in your selector. If you buy the hard clear pay to win package or pay package, that's the only way you can guarantee you get the fire selector 4 Merlin, so it's just kind of luck of the draw. So there you go. There's 4 teams all in one. And as you see, my team is full health. The arms are almost dead. And Tarrasque hasn't taken a whole lot of turns. You know, there's 1 leg gone. So this team is consistent. And it's healthy. After this, I think we are going to try Tarrasque 8. And maybe you'll see the difference there. Because this just seemed way too easy, if I'm being honest. And I don't know what has improved on my team to make it that easy. So if we look at battle data, yeah, you can see Sergius's S3. Since he was attacking the arms too, he was doing all the damage. So if you guys want to bounce out now, that's fine. Code word of the day, safe word of the day is going to be kitty. So put kitty in the comments below. If you want to stick around and watch me fail on Shrine of Storms 8, stick around. All right. So we're running the exact same team since it went so smooth. And again, this is because it is Sergius and because it's Gillian. It is since it's Gillian, it's pay to win because you have to pull her randomly. So you basically have to, you know, just either buy a bunch of summons and get her that way, or get really lucky. Morgan, Tristan, they're free to play. You could make an argument that Sergius is free to play, but to get him, you're really going to have to put a lot of time investment into doing the Colosseum, because that's the only way you can get him. You can't pull him. The only way to get Sergius is to get him through the Arena clan shop. So far so good. The team is a little bit less healthy. Tarrasque himself, his body has not taken a turn, although now he's going to, and he's going to get rid of all those lovely debuffs we had on him. Luckily, enough turns went by, Sergius's mark came back up, and since he's got his mark up, we're going to be able just to strip Tarrasque of all of those buffs. Because remember, when he is marked and he is hit, you remove buffs. We're like right there, we just removed his attack up buff. And what is he left with right now? He has dot taken down. Yeah, so you can't really bring dots into this. And abnormal status immunity. I don't know what that would, why we would need that. But yeah, he's got no buffs. He's got all the bad stuff that we want on him, all the bad times. But this fight is taking us a long time because we don't have a whole lot. We don't have a dedicated damage dealer because we're nerfing Tristan by using just his S1. And we're relying on more vigor going into Sergius. Oof! Ouch! See, he hits hard. He hits real hard when he does. So there we're halfway through. After what we've been, I don't think you can see it. We're almost 2 minutes in, and we're halfway through. But, we're doing well. This team is still doing well. The only thing I can think of that I did differently on this team to make it better was I did really try to speed up my Morgan. Ideally, I would want him to hit us and take Morgan under 50% health, because if that happens, then she changes the weather to night and she gets a big speed increase. But I don't think we're going to need it. Because we're controlling the boss quite well. Don't kill Sergius. And then it just went all to poop. There you go. We were doing so well. And then we weren't. Because he just focus targeted my Sergius down. So now we've got no damage. And bye-bye Gillian. The run is over. Yeah. So well. Until we weren't. This is one of those fights where maybe I could run it on repeat over and over again, and maybe I win 1 out of every 3. But I'm so close to getting Sergius's Fire Relic, I think that'll make it a lot easier. Alright, so there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is everything you need to know about how to beat Tarrasque Shrine of Storms. I would recommend to check out some of the other teams that I cannot showcase for you. Go check out Stu Gaming's video and go check out Troll Gaming's video. But if you like me, if you made it to the end of this video, 30 minutes, keyword is kitty. Put kitty down in the comment section below, and I will Like your comment, I'll respond back to you. I will thank you profusely. And I am part of the Netmarble Content Creator Program. The link is also in the description. Only support me if you think that I'm the best, if you like me better, if you like my style, and you like the way I do my videos. So, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Till next time. Cheers. Peace. Bye-bye.